For more than 2,000 years, travelers crossing the Giza Plateau have claimed something impossible, that the Great Sphinx does not merely stare into eternity, but whispers to the desert itself. Some believed it shared forbidden knowledge with those who dared to listen. Others swore it lured the curious toward madness and disappearance. What if those whispers were never a myth at all, but a forgotten truth buried beneath sand and silence? If uncovering lost worlds and ancient secrets sends chills down your spine, make sure to subscribe now and join us as we peel back the layers of history that time tried to erase. The desert around the Sphinx is never truly quiet. Even at night, wind slides across dunes like a slow breath, grains of sand tapping stone in a rhythm as old as memory. But locals say there are moments just before dawn when the wind dies completely. In those moments, another sound rises, low, hollow, almost alive. A murmur that seems to come from inside the Sphinx itself. Shepherds avoided sleeping nearby. Guards refused to stand watch alone. Everyone had heard the same thing, and everyone felt the same fear. Ancient Arab historians wrote of pilgrims waking in the night, convinced the Sphinx had spoken their names. Some ran screaming into the dark, others stayed until morning, pale and silent, unable to explain what they had heard. The stories followed the monument through centuries, dismissed by outsiders as superstition until explorers began recording the same experiences. In 1817, Italian adventurer Giovanni Battista Caviglia stood before the Sphinx, its massive body still buried beneath centuries of sand. As the sun set, he placed his hand against the cold limestone and, half-jokingly, asked what secrets it guarded. That night, he wrote in his journal that he heard a deep vibration, as though the statue exhaled. He told no one. Some questions, he felt, were dangerous once answered. More than a century later, British archaeologist Dr. Evelyn Hart arrived at Giza determined to prove the legend false. She believed in measurements, tools, and logic, not whispering gods. But on her third night at the site, she woke abruptly, her heart pounding. The air was unnaturally still. Then she felt it, not a sound exactly, but a pressure in her chest, a low resonance rolling through the ground. In her notes, she described it as standing beside a massive bell just after it had been struck. Drawn by curiosity and fear in equal measure, Hart traced the sensation to the Sphinx's paws, where rumors of sealed tunnels had circulated for generations. Her rival, French explorer Lucie N. Moreau, warned her to stop digging, accusing her of chasing legends for fame. Tension grew between the teams. Workers complained of dizziness and headaches. One local guide quit after claiming the Sphinx had recognized him when the sound began. Then, just before dawn one morning, the whispers intensified. Hart and her team descended into a newly opened chamber beneath the Sphinx. The air inside was cold and damp, vibrating faintly. At the chamber's center was a hollow limestone structure shaped to amplify sound. As wind passed through narrow shafts aligned with the rising sun, the stone began to hum deep, resonant, voice-like. Carved into the walls were symbols older than the pyramids themselves. Not prayers, but warnings, instructions. The Sphinx, Hart realized, was never meant to speak in words. It was designed to resonate, to transmit knowledge or warnings through sound. An ancient technology lost to time. Standing there, Morrow reportedly whispered, shaken, that humans were never meant to hear it. Within weeks, authorities sealed the chamber. Official statements blamed natural acoustics. Hart's findings were quietly buried, her reputation damaged, her research locked away. The greatest betrayal did not come from rival explorers, but from institutions afraid of rewriting history. Yet the whispers never truly stopped. Even today, guards avoid the Sphinx before sunrise, and locals lower their voices as they pass. Because when the desert breathes just right, the ancient guardian still hums with forgotten purpose. The Whispering Sphinx was not a curse or a myth, but a reminder that ancient civilizations understood stone, sound, and symbolism in ways we are only beginning to rediscover. What we call whispers may be echoes of a lost science or a warning still traveling through time. Perhaps the greatest mysteries endure not because they are hidden, but because we are not ready to listen. The Sphinx continues to watch the horizon, silent by day, whispering by night, waiting for someone who truly understands. So what do you think the Sphinx was guarding? Knowledge, power, or a warning meant for the future? Share your theory in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more ancient mysteries and lost explorers. History still has secrets left to tell.